Okay. I don't even know what I'm reading on right now. That energy that I talked about a couple of weeks ago, coming in to be disruptive, I think has hit me. I feel disrupted. Um, and I can tell it's not me. So we'll see what comes out. I'm just kind of using this as a bit of an outlet. It just feels like something needs to come out. So we'll see what happens. I don't know which collective this is for, which I don't like that. I like knowing who I'm channeling. I would prefer to, um, have a say, because I think that helps with discernment as well for whoever watches this, that like you understand that if I'm talking to a more masculine driven collective, or if you understand that I'm talking to somebody who's early on in the journey, or somebody who's um, seasoned and understands, because I change the way I talk about things depending upon who I'm talking to. For example, if it's a very seasoned collective, I'm going to be talking about like deeper things, and I'm going to be talking about things from the standpoint of a skill level that I assume that you have already acquired. Versus if you're earlier on in the journey, I'm going to be talking about things, I'm going to be breaking it down a little bit more, so that you understand the process, right? Because I'm going to be assuming that you maybe don't have the skill set and that you're acquiring it as we speak, and that's part of the reading. So that's why I don't like not knowing who I'm reading for. That was one of the things that, like, as I started reading online, I just needed to. I was like, all right, I'm naming these collectives. Like, I pulled out a bunch of decks and I was like, who's who here? Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know who I'm reading for. We'll see as we find out. Unfortunately, I have to pause this though for storage as usual because I always forget to clear my phone. All right, 1 minute. Okay, hopefully we're done there. All right, bottom of the deck, King of Swords. So it could be masculine, or it could just be the vibe of King of Swords, which is somebody who is in their authority, but that somebody could be a bit harsh with their words. Um, Princess of Cups in reverse. It would be like the Page of Cups in reverse. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. I fear this reading may be for me. We'll find out though. I don't know. But there's this concept of that I keep receiving about heart space needing to open, needing to soften. Um, the Hermit upright. The Hermit is kind of a card of usually it just is the light shining down here and all they can see is one at a time, but I like how she is kind of looking out and beyond and you can see sort of mountains. The Hermit is usually the concept of somebody who is alone and can only see a little bit at a time. This still feels like the concept of alone, but it feels like the vibe of this particular card gives the vibe of like alone, but like on a journey, right? Like it's not like we're alone at home, we're alone on a journey. Um, I'm just reading this as if I'm reading for somebody else, and then I'll rewatch it later and see if it's actually for me. Otherwise, I can't read from both perspectives. Okay, I'm just very fussy. That's what I mean. I'm just like in a, ugh, I got like a weird vibe right now. Okay, Six of Swords in reverse and Eight of Wands in reverse. Ugh. Okay. That's some stuck ass energy. Yuck. Okay. Look at this shit. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, or excuse me, Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords is this is like this like moving on. This is like incoming, and this is like moving forward, and these are all in reverse. This is some stuck ass energy. And we got the leading card being the Princess of Cups, also the Page of Cups in reverse, which is the concept of just like open-hearted, like innocently open-hearted. And with the Hermit that we have in here, I have a sense that like when I look at it not from the perspective I was just looking at it, if I look at it a little differently, what this feels like is this feels like over defensiveness, right? So it's like the concept that somebody is journeying alone. They're on some sort of journey, a place they've never been, at night in the mountains, and they're alone. All they have is this stupid light. And because and I get this sense like they're wandering around and they're not getting anywhere times 3 because their heart is closed. This totally gives the vibe of somebody who needs help. Somebody who needs like a helping hand. Let's see what the universe says. King of Cups in reverse, Prince of Swords upright. Here comes our hero, Mr. King of Cups, trying to turn our cup around, but their cup is upside down too. But they're trying. They're trying. Prince of Swords, determination. This card says determination. And Swords always talks about truth. Slicing logic. I always think of the swords as slicing, like cutting through the bullshit. And if you're somebody who's in King of Cups in reverse, that's a good way to be. You know, like, because this is emotional immaturity. This is being shallow. This is somebody who is a red flag, let's say. And so if you're a masculine and you're looking at yourself from this determined, logical, slicing away the bullshit attitude, that means you're trying to turn this king upside down. And that's good. That's good. Oh, 2 of Cups upright. So, yeah. This king is there's a man with a plan. This guy's got a mission. He's trying to create symbiosis with somebody, trying to create union, partnership, a team with someone. And they know that they can't do that in this energy because this is emotionally dangerous to be around. So that's why they're slicing away the bullshit, because they want this. That's nice. I like that. Princess of Discs, manifestation. It's like the page, when it says princess, it's the page of pentacles is what that would be. So it's usually that comes as the concept of like a small offering, but in the way that this card presents it, it says manifestation, wish fulfillment. And 6 of Discs, generosity. Someone wants to give something. It's a small offering, but it is a generous one. I don't know if it's a small offering in their eyes or in like general eyes. 5 of Cups in reverse on the bottom. And I think this is what this reading is about. Because 5 of Cups is this idea that this person's so upset that these 2 cups spilled over that they're not even looking at the fact that they have these 3 cups still here. And the 4 of Cups prior to that is like the concept of a cup being offered and the person isn't even looking at it. And so both of those, like, this makes me think of both of those in the sense of like you're not even noticing this offer. There's something being offered and you're not even looking. It's like a package is trying to get delivered, but nobody's answering the door. That's what that feels like. King of Wands, leadership. It's a powerful king. I like how he sits on the throne. See how his legs are crossed? It's like extra sassy. I don't know. He just seems fabulous. He just gives me a little alphabet soup vibe. But anyway, I feel very much like, I don't know, this feels like a different person. This feels, actually, there's 2 ways. There's more than one collective listening to this. So for some of you, this is a different person. For some of you, this is the same person. This is that King of Cups in reverse who presents kind of naturally as King of Wands. Somebody who's very charismatic, somebody who's very sensual, someone who is a master manifester. Because remember, look at this. We got some sort of offering, and then this is the card of manifestation right here. Remember, it's supposed to be a small offering, and I feel like this guy is trying to offer something, and you're like, no. But I don't, why are you like, no? Is it because this person has burnt you before? Or is it because you're really just like, I'm going to do it myself? Like, let's get some clarification. I'm sorry for the irritating voices. Just, whatever. Son of a bitch. 6 of Cups in reverse and the Moon. Someone from your past trying to come back, but there's obscurity around it. So this is somebody you know. This is somebody you've met before. But there's something hidden about it. I feel this sense of like somebody watching. Like maybe they've been watching from the sidelines if you're posting on social media or something along that line. Yeah, I just get the sense of like somebody's watching. Somebody, because this is the card of nostalgia. And like in reverse, I'm thinking like coming back. And this person in front of the Moon, like her face just seems this kind of like wistful, like she's waiting for something. Perhaps you've been waiting. Perhaps you've been waiting for this person to come back. But I feel like that's like she's looking over here and this lady's looking over here. It's like they're looking in the wrong direction or something. Four of Swords upright. Rest. It's your dreams. They're coming to you in your dreams. Are you having some dreams lately? What's been going on in your dreams? Is there somebody there? Six of Wands in reverse. Success in reverse. She's boss lady, but she came out upside down. So this is someone from your past who's haunting you in your dreams, and you are not excited about it. Oh, girl. See, like when I look at her upside down, you know, like with the hands on the hips, she just looks pissed. I think somebody thought this phase was over. Thought they'd seen, like that's what this feels like. It's like they're like, oh, it's over. You know, like they're all like, it's just done. It's over. But this guy says otherwise. He's like, hold my beer. I'm coming. Lord have mercy. The Chariot, as I live and breathe, I'm coming, baby. Fuck. All right. Someone's incoming. I hope you're ready, because here they come. Fuck. The Lovers. You guys are gonna get it. I'm excited for you. This is gonna be some drama, though. Holy shit. Deception in reverse. Seven of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who has stabbed you in the back before. But not this time. Not this time. Are we sure about that? I don't know, man. I feel like somebody stabbed you in the back. Princess of Swords in reverse. Thanks, universe. The universe is like, you're being too suspicious. Let's see. Okay. The universe says we need to be more curious about this. Be more curious. Don't be quite so judgy. The Devil in reverse. Don't be so judgy. People can change. If they really want to, people can change. So I've heard. But like I say, people don't change unless it's too uncomfortable to remain the same. So this person, if they're really doing this, that means that they've been through a tower. That means that shit in their life has fallen apart, and they're now at the point where they're hacking away the dead shit. Like, enough things have fallen away from their life that now they're just cutting off the dead limbs and taking it down to the bare bones so that they can turn this king upside down, or right side up rather. This masculine's like genuinely transforming. I was just talking to somebody about, like, I feel like there's this new wave of awakenings happening. And sorry, I'm just like snagging cards, and it's like Two of Swords in reverse, and then like Five of Wands in reverse. It's like, you don't have to be competitive, you don't have to be combative, and you don't have to choose. Like, this doesn't need to be. And of course, underneath that is the Tower. Coming out of that tower, a rebirth. They are leaving behind devil energy. They're slicing it away because they are coming out of that tower. Holy cow, dude. This will be interesting if and how this shit unfolds. Because once again, this is just energy. And so it means that, like, you know, say you're throwing a ball and it's like the energy of the ball is going this way. And so, like, I'm projecting the energy going this direction. That ball can, like, gravity can hit and the ball goes down. But I projected it based upon the momentum of the energy going this way, right? So, like, that's where the fallibility of all of this comes, of any future projections, because all of these cards are just showing us possible timelines based upon the energy that I'm reading right now in my current mood. Okay? That's why discernment's important. Always remember that. But yeah. Okay. So then, something's incoming. You're suspicious as fuck. But an offer is happening. Let me pull a different deck and see if we can get some advice. Okay? Hold tight. Something told me to pull my last unicorn deck. I'm hesitant. Let's see how it goes. So first, I want to ask the true intentions of the person inbound. Whether they're just energetically inbound, like telepathically, or if it's like physical inbound. I want to know, like, if this is somebody who has stabbed you in the back before, is it going to happen again? You know, like, if shit doesn't go their way, they don't get exactly what they want, how are the chips going to land for you? Let's find out. I hope y'all have seen The Last Unicorn. If not, you really should. It's like hella old, but still a really good cartoon. Page of Cups. Oh wait, no, King of Cups in reverse again. Judgment upright. Strength in reverse. So this King of Cups is going through the Judgment. And they've I see both things when I look at this Strength in reverse card. I see both somebody who is vulnerable. I also see somebody who's tired. Somebody who's been through a lot. Like in this Judgment card, here's the Magician. He says, magic, do what you will. And the magic turns this unicorn into a woman. But like the way that she's just laying here, like she just went through the ringer. And then the Strength card in reverse, it feels very much like somebody just like the universe has absolutely beat the shit out of this person. And like this is the King of Cups in reverse. This is where they are right now. The universe, judgment has been laid upon them to such a degree that they were taken to their knees. Okay. So this is where the person is at. Let's get a little bit more info. Nine of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Nine of Wands. I did like a talk about this a while ago. Um, this card holds a lot of like profound meaning to me. Um, in the movie, a witch has captured a unicorn, and the people come to see the unicorn. But since they don't actually believe in unicorns, the witch had to put a fake magic horn on a real unicorn because the people couldn't actually see that she was a unicorn. She just looked like another person. This is you, by the way. You're a unicorn that has been caged. And like you're told that you're a unicorn, and people look at you like, oh my goodness, they're a unicorn. But like they don't actually believe in you. Not like enough to actually see the true horn, and not enough to understand that a real unicorn should not be in a fucking cage. They should be helping you get out. They're not. They're just glad to be near you. This card was presented in reverse, meaning that you're coming out of this. This is somebody who sees their worth. But I also see this as this person as well. Like they're awakening. It's kind of like they're coming out of the awakening. They're starting to like understand. People told them they were special. They had no idea how special. And we've got this Queen of Wands in reverse. And that's kind of the vibe that the first part of the reading was putting off, was like somebody who is skeptical, somebody who is overly emotional, quick to anger, spiteful, resentful. And this might be somebody that's resentful over the fact that they were not acknowledged as a unicorn. That maybe this King of Cups in reverse thought that they were just a horse. They didn't realize that they had a unicorn. And maybe that's part of why you're angry. Maybe that's part of why you don't trust them. Is because they mishandled you in the past. And if you know your worth now, you are not interested in being mishandled twice. So let's get a little bit more information about this dude. Oh my God. Page of Wands. He's passionate. Ten of Swords. Yeah, that just kind of confirms that concept of the universe has beat the shit out of this person. But it's like this Page of Wands, it's like he has this little glimmer of hope. This little glimmer of hope, this poor guy. I shouldn't say poor guy. I'm sure a lot of you guys are mad. Still, gotta kind of root for the guy a little bit, you know. I love a good hero's journey, you know. The Emperor in reverse. Almost there. He's trying to get there. He's just not quite in alignment yet. But the fact that the Emperor card came out at all is pretty significant. The Tower in reverse. Again. It's like quite a few cards that have come out twice right now. Yeah. I would take that to mean that like part of the reason this person is the Emperor in reverse is because they just got the shit beat out of them. Their tower, like a major tower, just fell. And they're in recovery right now. Like they're very vulnerable. They're very tender. Six of Cups. Again. Nostalgia. This scene in the movie, so this woman's name is Molly. And when the unicorn shows herself, Molly knows exactly who this is. Molly knows that this is a unicorn. But Molly's reaction is not just wonder. She's angry. She's angry because it took so long for this to happen. She said, "Damn you. Why didn't you come when I was younger? But now I'm this." And then she starts crying. And then the unicorn comes over and nuzzles her. And they become friends again. I think, depending upon who's hearing this, I want to say something when it comes to forgiveness. There's a new start that's trying to happen here. I see that. But allowing somebody to be angry at you is important. Allowing them to say their grievances, to tell them how you hurt them, that's important. I sense that this masculine has been through so much, and they would prefer to avoid this part. But it's necessary for catharsis. And the unicorn doesn't, she's not mad that she's mad. She doesn't run away. She just lets her be mad until it's out. And then she's ready to receive. Then her heart has softened. But people get in defense, they become defensive, which is a lot of what the feminine energy is showing here, because they've had to be. They were taught to be, because no one was gentle with them. But here comes gentleness. And you just have to let this kind of spend itself out. Five of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. The Moon in reverse. This very much feels like the energy of somebody that when it's time for them to reveal themselves, they basically will have their tail tucked between their legs. This is somebody who will present themselves very submissive, very hat in hand, I should say. King of Coins in reverse, Page of Coins in reverse, Seven of Wands upright. The deception is just going to be about their finances. It's not going to be about their heart. They've got money troubles. And they want to hide that. But that's probably why I feel like it's them that perceives that their offering is going to be small. Probably because this is the kind of person that they're offering, you know, because it was in the previous deck, it was the Page of Pentacles. And now we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And so I think that I feel like they may try to offer you more than they can actually deliver when it comes to something financial. Like maybe it's a business opportunity, maybe it's a investment, maybe they want to take you on a vacation. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with money. And they ain't got it. They know they don't have it. But they're coming so defeated, so hat in hand, that I think they just want to present the bravado so that, you know, there's just, especially if it's a masculine energy, not being able to provide financially feels really shitty. That's like a huge social pressure. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Yeah, no, they're not gonna, they're gonna pretend. Just be aware of that. I don't think it's anything malicious though. Like it really doesn't feel like it's directed at you. It feels more like it's just kind of like them, you know, just putting on a facade a bit. Not to be mean, not to be deceptive, but like it is deceptive, but it's not meant in a way that is like trying to pull one over on you. It's just kind of saving face. It just has to do with money. How about their heart? What's going on with their heart? Five of Coins. It's impoverished. I see this kind of Five of Coins, and that's what I mean. It's just very much this like hat in hand feeling of like Five of Pentacles in traditional tarot is like beggars sitting outside a church. Their heart space is torn and ragged. All right, I'm almost out of storage again. So let's get advice. Lickety split, shall we? This video's been going a long time. It took me a minute to like get into the energy of it. Okay. The Devil in reverse. The Red Bull. Six of Wands. You are victorious. Five of Swords. Don't be such a stickler. Ace of Cups. Love is trying to come in. Six of Swords. Don't keep walking away. Your Knight in Shining Armor is trying to show up. I also see this might be another person who's like, no. But then it's like Ace of Cups is trying to come, but you're not taking it because you're not looking. You're walking away. You're walking away. Do with that what you will. But for what it's worth, the princess needed to remember that she was a unicorn to defeat the Red Bull. So I would say, whatever you do, remember who the fuck you are. and that you don't need to be mean. You don't need to be defensive. If you really know who you are, you can have the patience and courtesy and kindness to handle this with measured diplomacy. Best of luck. Love you.